What's going on there, beautiful people? Hey, it's I, Holy Smoking Pipe Padre, and I'm back at you with another scintillating video. Well, how are you all doing tonight? It's Friday night, and I've got this really great pipe here that was gifted to me by Tim there, and God bless you, Tim, if you're watching. Hey, how'd you guys like that that introduction, huh? What'd you think of that? In fact, we got more of it right playing in the background there. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Well, got a pipe burning, and I got some coffee going. And I got some smooth jazz in the background, yeah. Okay. Wow. It's well, what do I want to talk about tonight? Share with you what's going on. Well, today has been today's been a long day. It's been an okay day, but I still am. Oh man, I'm starting to kind of feel it now. This whole fatigue thing that I've been going through the last couple of weeks. I did go back and see my doctor yesterday, and well, he said, you know what, you did have pneumonia, and that's. I said, oh really? He goes, well, it wasn't confirmed. It wasn't confirmed with an X-ray, but he says I can tell you that you had pneumonia. You know, it was maybe early, you know, pneumonia, but it was pneumonia nonetheless. And he said that really takes a lot out of people. And it's hard to kind of get back. And so anyway, but even though I have been extremely fatigued today, as well as yesterday, and probably just about most days, I pushed through it. And I have after the last 4 weeks, I have started, 4 weeks ago, I kind of had to say goodbye, as I've told you before, to my, the vegan diet. And I got to be honest with you. I'll be completely honest with you. I eat a lot of salad regardless, whether I'm the paleo, being my obligate omnivore that I believe I am, or if as I tried for the last 7 months to do the more plant-based, quote-unquote, vegan or vegetarian diet. I mean, I have to say that I probably wasn't really doing quote-unquote vegetarian because I wasn't doing oils, and I wasn't doing dairy, and I wasn't doing eggs, and I basically was eating vegetables, rice, beans, and potatoes. As Dr. McDougall would say, potatoes. And kind of all in that order there. So you can see some lights going on and off over there on my old stereo. My old CD, radio, what else did that thing play? Well, I think it was basically CD, radio, and tapes. And I had that with me in Bosnia, gosh, 17 years ago? 20 years ago. So anyway, I keep things out of sentimental reasons. But, it's interesting. I was just thinking the other day, I have a lot of CDs, as a lot of you probably have a lot of CDs. I don't even know if they make CD players. I have a CD player in my new leased vehicle, and certainly could play some CDs in that. But I don't have, except for this unit over here, a dedicated CD player. I guess they still make them. I have a tape deck that you can create tapes and make them into digitize them. So So I assume that they have a CD player that does kind of the same thing. Boy, this is good. This is really good. I'm smoking. You're probably wondering what I am smoking here tonight, believe it or not, is this really rich, aromatic Lake Dupont. And it's it's a Briar Patch blend. And I probably got this a couple years ago when I was down in Elk Grove, when I lived a lot closer to the Briar Patch than I do now. But it's pretty good. It's similar to Black Velvet, which I really used to love too. And I married the Black Velvet to my very first black cherry wood. And a couple of people had recommended that that if you're going to really kind of get into the finer art of pipe smoking, that what you should do, if you have a really nice tobacco that you really enjoy, you know you like it, then you just dedicate one pipe and one pipe only to that tobacco. You're not always, changing out different tobaccos because of ghosting and things of that nature. Now, I guess all tobaccos to some degree ghost a pipe, but some can really ghost a pipe, like shall we say Haunted Bookshop. That will ghost your pipe. I guess Old Joe Krantz will do the same thing. Innendale Flake, that'll ghost your pipe. There's a lot of tobaccos, I'm sure, that can really do a good job at ghosting a pipe, but the ghost in the pipe, huh? So, but anyway, it's been a kind of a long day, but I'm kind of happy because not only did I I walk 7 miles every day, between 5 and 7, but mostly 7. I got my a little video for my other channel that's uploading right now. It's in the oven cooking. Actually, it's actually uploading. And I also did my workout today. I broke out the old power blocks again about 2 weeks ago. I've been faithful to that, so haven't been killing myself, but I've been doing it, so I'm surprised at that. And trying to achieve failure, trying to build up mitochondria, and trying to kind of get back to where I was 6 months ago before, sad to say, again, I kind of got off on kind of on a tangent here, but kind of going full circle. Leaving the quote unquote plant-based vegan diet. I like that kind of food. It is comfort food. Dr. McDougall is right in that regard. It is rice, potatoes, and beans, and vegetables. When you do them right, it's mostly comfort food. But I am, according to my doctor yesterday, I'm carbohydrate sensitive, and I've known that. I mean, I think instinctively I've known that, and I've proven it to myself over and over and over again. And it's like, every time I think, well, maybe I can handle a few carbohydrates now and it'll be okay. It's sort of like drinking. Once you get off the sauce, you have to stay off the sauce because your body just can't handle it. Mine can't. So, and it's the same way with me and carbohydrates. In fact, there is a very strong relationship between my drinking and eating carbohydrates. Because after I stopped drinking, those first few weeks and months and even years, I would, gravitate to sugar and cake and bread. Oh man. And I have to say that I feel a little bit of sense of loss and a little bit of sadness because I know that I just can't eat that stuff. Now, maybe every once or twice, maybe once a year, twice a year, have a little piece of cake. And I mean a piece of cake, not a whole slice, and certainly not the whole cake the way I used to eat those things. You know, just the thing, carbohydrates to me are really addicting. I mean, I'd make a big rice, cook a lot of rice in the rice cooker, and you know, I'd eat the whole thing, you know, over the course of a day. And it would continue to, you know, do the spike the insulin and the blood sugar and, you know, all that good stuff, and just gain weight, and, you know, it just wasn't any good. So anyway, I decided that I needed to do that, and so I did. So then the last couple of weeks, you know, it's like, hey, you got to do the exercises. You've got to do it. And so I've been doing it. The last thing that I really need to do is really get start really running again, not just intermittent running, but at least 2 miles, and get that breathing rhythm back, because the first few times you go out for a run, you know, you've got to find that breathing rhythm. And so I'm going to wait probably a few more days and see how I feel, because it really is a little bit hard. And although I'll say, when I go for these walks and I get towards the end of the walk, I'm really going fast and I'm actually feeling great. But then when I stop, an hour later, I start feeling kind of tired and sluggish again. So I don't know what's going on. So we're going to take some more tests in a few weeks and see maybe there's some underlying, you know, stuff that's probably going on. With all those of you who have wished me well, I appreciate that. You're very kind to do so. Excuse me, you're very kind to do so, and I do appreciate that. Well, I'm not going to ramble on maybe too much. I did want to get a little political tonight. So those of you who get your blood pressure up when you hear me get political, you can jam now. You can scoot. You can bolt now, or do whatever you need to do. You can buzz off. Oh, by the way, happy glorious 12th to all those people in the UK, those that celebrate the glorious 12th. I mean, that's another controversial thing. Just like veganism and omnivorism and, you know, whatever. But hey, you know, if you're into grouse, and whether I don't know if I don't know if, I guess they would do. Is it Tesco, the one of like your major grocery chains there in the UK? Yes, I thought you guys even had Safeway there, which is kind of unusual. Do you guys have Safeway in the UK? I think you do. Maybe you don't anymore, but according to some of my UK videos, you have a Safeway there. Unless I was wrong. But I think it's Tesco, right? That's what the one you guys have. But anyway, can you buy grouse in the, I was going to say in the produce section, in the vegan section? No, I don't think so. In the poultry section, the meat section, or is it you just have to hunt it yourself and that's the way you get it, or go to a restaurant and order it? I don't know. They say that grouse is very, very lean, a very lean bird, very little fat, but it does have a gamey taste. But I guess most people that like game are gonna like that flavor, so it's okay. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna roast. We don't have grouse here, but we have quail. That's the kind of the big thing. Quail and chucker. Anyway, and so our that season doesn't start until another month from now, I think. But anyway, I have a nice rotisserie that I haven't used in a long time, and I was kind of looking at it kind of funny the last 6 or 7 months, thinking I probably need to get rid of this now that I'm not eating, meat anymore. And then after this bout with the bleeding gums and the soaring glucose levels and the weight gain, and going back to a ketogenic diet, now I'm back to eating, meat and poultry and, fish. So I had a tuna salad tonight. After I had my green smoothie, which was made out of, it was made out of one Honeycrisp apple for sweetness, dandelion greens, 2 tablespoons of almond butter, and I guess that was about it. Sometimes I put a zucchini or a cucumber in there. But anyway, I made a green smoothie, and I had that about, an hour before I had my salad. And right now, I'm pretty full, and I didn't eat that much. So anyway, but I'm trying to get the, again, like Chris Kruger, who I'm now doing his Effortless 8. Actually, I'm doing a TSC, modified TSC again, because that's their program I know. But one of his phrases is, eat more vegetables than a vegan or a vegetarian. And I really do try to eat a lot of vegetables. Unfortunately, I actually like Brussels sprouts and broccoli and cauliflower. I actually like those things. I do like eating spinach, and I do like even dandelion greens, they're supposed to be good prebiotics. After all the antibiotics I've been taking, I've been trying to, keep my gut flora, at least re-inhabit it with good bacteria. Something I never did before. So I'm kind of going back, even though I'm eating some meat, I still basically have a lot of veg before or along with the meat that I eat, and it's not a lot. I mean, I had half a steak last night. I had 1 piece of chicken earlier in the day, so I'm trying to eat things in balance in little portions, which seems to be a little bit better for me nowadays. It's only 10 o'clock, going on 10? Oh, okay, that's great. I feel kind of good right now, and I'm good. I'm happy because normally by 9 o'clock, 8:30, I'm zonked. There are a lot of times I want to make videos for you folks, and I want to say, I want to get on there and say this, or I want to talk about this, or tell them about, whatever. And I go, I'm just too tired. I'm just way too tired. I'm wiped out. So for the last few weeks, that's really been a struggle to just get through the day. But like today, I needed to make some videos, and normally if I don't start them, early in the afternoon, they don't get done, because by about 4 o'clock, I just don't have any energy. So for some reason tonight, I pushed myself a little bit, and I started the videos. I had an idea that I wanted to do, and it's playing in the background right now if you're watching. And I just wanted to play with some software and create some things. And so that was intrigued by saying, well, can I do this? This isn't that hard. It shouldn't be that hard. And so I was kind of motivated to try something new, which kind of got me excited. And then I started that, and then I said, I really need to do the exercises as much as I didn't want to, because it was like 5 o'clock in the evening. I said, man, I'm too tired. And I said, well, you might be too tired, but you got to do them anyway. So I did, knocked them out, and that was good. And then I started feeling a little bit better after that, and then I decided, then I started editing the video, and so anyway. So, as you can tell by the video, by the background, it's all about nuclear war. In fact, this little video that I created earlier today, I wanted to call it a nuclear day at the beach, a nuclear day at the ocean. So let me ask you guys a question. How many of you out there are, today is the 11th, tomorrow's the glorious 12th, but how many of you are actually afraid, not just concerned, not just kind of observing or kind of monitoring, but how many of you are actually really afraid that this thing could get ugly and really quickly. And unlike other engagements that we've had in the past, where we believe or suspect or think that the dictator in question has these weapons, and so therefore we'll use that as a pretext to go in and, clock them. We've got the real dictator himself not only telling us that he has them, he's actually showing us, like every other week, hey, look at this missile. Hey, guess what, America? I have nukes now. Guess what, America? I have ICBMs that can reach the United States. Okay? So, and he's also threatened, I don't know how many times. And so anyway, first question is, how many people out there are legitimately worried about this? Maybe you're not shivering in your boots yet, but you know what? I feel a little bit of this surrealness because I'm thinking we've kind of, with North Korea, we've heard it before. I remember in the Marine Corps going back, 40 years ago when I was just getting out, and North Korea was doing the same, threatening the United States or anything. And I was like 3 or 4 days before I was going to get out of the Marine Corps, and I was kind of afraid that this guy was going to do something, or it wasn't him. Maybe it was his, how many dictators have they had, in the last 40 years? But I digress. But anyway, so, I was afraid that the guy was actually, North Korea was actually going to really declare war on us, and I was going to be recalled, or I was going to be extended involuntarily, and I was going to, go off to war, but oh well. But I remember within 2 days, they're signing my papers to get out, and my DD-214s, and I'm saying, see you later. So, and then it died down, and but every few years, North Korea seems to act up. Well, in some ways, we've kind of been there, done that, different day, and all that kind of stuff. But the guy has the potential. And it's not just, it seems like he really does have this potential to launch a nuclear missile at whoever he chooses to launch it at right now. So, we live here on the West Coast, at least I'm here on the West Coast. And, it could very well be that, God forbid, 2 o'clock this morning, all of a sudden, there's a big flash, a big, wave hits the place and either knocks things down or at least just really, changes the whole landscape of California. A lot of people in San Francisco would if you're in San Francisco or Los Angeles, probably even Sacramento, I'd be pretty nervous. I'm nervous. We're 2 hours north of Sacramento, and we're about 3-4 hours north of the Bay Area. So, still, you're still going to get some fallout, probably a lot of fallout. But so, am I concerned? I am concerned. I really am concerned. But then here's my next question: is that okay? Because a lot of people, and this is a little bit of an aside. I'm irritated because here we have, Kim Jong-un, literally threatening us, South Korea, Guam, Japan. Okay, he is threatening. And so President Trump, basically gives him a very stern, very, very intense warning. And what happens? Everybody does a dog pile on, oh, Trump shouldn't have said that. Oh, look at the horrible things he's doing. It was like, it just was another excuse to have a hate Trump day. And to be honest with you, that's the wrong response right now. Whether you like the man, you hate the man, you could care less about the man, we've got to look at this conflict, because somebody wrote in a little Yahoo news comment saying, you know, the fat pudgy guy with the bad haircut, you know, is talking trash. And he said Donald Trump. And I said, no, the fat pudgy guy with the bad haircut is Kim Jong-un. He's the one who started it. It's like, it doesn't, I tell you, I have to say, I go back to my analogy, it's like a bad divorce. And there's nothing that the person that you hate is ever going to do right. But at least have the honesty to say that, you know, I just detest this person, and I don't believe anything they say, or I don't believe they can do anything right or good. At least declare your bias, declare your prejudice, and call it for what it is. But the thing is that right now, this could get really ugly really fast. And so my question would be, what would you say to this idea, this scenario? You know that he's got an ICBM with a little, I love it, it's a little nuclear weapon. God. The little nuclear weapons that we have today are probably 10 times the size that was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But it's just a little nuclear weapon. So 10 times, let's say 10 times the size of those two, okay? Because actually we have hydrogen bombs that are like, what, 50 times the size of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, or 100 times? I mean, it's incredible. It's truly incredible. Thermonuclear weapons are really, they're real crowd pleasers, let's just put it that way. So here's the scenario. We know he has one, we know he's going to launch, and yet because we have maybe more accurate missiles, and we can launch faster, maybe before even he launches, what would you say? Would it be wrong to defend ourselves knowing that we are going to use a nuclear weapon to take out a nuclear weapon or prevent a nuclear weapon from destroying us? And I think, well, I'm not going to tell you the answer. I'm not going to tell you the answer. But I think that I know what a lot of people would think and say today. And that's just, that's where I'm going to leave that one for now. I'm just going to say that, you know what? It's a different world in which we live, you know, because I listen to a lot of history programs. And as you know, just a couple of days ago, it was the 72nd anniversary where we commemorated August 6th, and then I guess August 9th, the bombing of Hiroshima. August 6th and then August 10th, I think. August 6th was Hiroshima, August 10th was Nagasaki. And so, you know, what do you say? What do you think? Do you think it would be justifiable, regrettable, but justifiable, or no, we should just let them go ahead and nuke us first, and not, because it'd be wrong for us to nuke them first? Okay, so that's the scenario. That's the question I'll just leave you with, and I hope you're having a nice evening. Thanks for spending some time with me tonight. Always like doing little creative things when I can, and you know, some people make comments about, well, I like what you do with your videos, you have interesting videos, you do different things, and I do. I try to do different things. I wish I had more time to play with different software things, different software programs and packages, because there's just an absolute universe out there that you can create with so many little programs, and you can just kind of tweak them and play with them, and you know, it's a lot of fun, to be honest with you. I actually enjoy, I really don't like personally making videos of myself, although some of you might think that I do. What it does is it gives me, if you will, material, fodder to create a video. And if I had somebody else that could sit in front of the camera and, you know, I could give them scripts to read and stuff, and I'd probably do that. But I can't afford to have talent. I can't afford to pay somebody to be my talent and sit in front of the camera. But there's just so much stuff that would be fun. It'd be fun to incorporate some drone footage, you know, and see how that would be, you know. They're just, like I said, it's like the world's your oyster. You could just create so many things. And a lot of people, a lot of guys and gals on YouTube with their pipe hobby, and I don't know, I can't remember names right now. I think, of course, Matches 860 used to do it a lot. But people would, when they get a new pipe, they would, you know, take beauty shots of the pipe, and you know, it's like, you know, you're taking really like portraits of your pipe, you know, and lovingly, you know, kind of. I think Dunhill Man UK used to do that too. And so people would, you know, lovingly, you know, take pictures. Well, I know Joe Case takes pictures of his pipes that he makes, because he's going to sell them on eBay. So he has to have these really beautiful pictures, and they're beautiful pipes. So I mean, you know, but again, it's an art. I think a lot of people know that. Man, this is really good. I even though I have pneumonia or getting over it, I probably shouldn't be smoking a pipe, but. And well, the last time I smoked my pipe about a week ago, I could feel it burning a lot, and it wasn't really pleasant. I mean, it kind of, again, my taste buds are kind of now coming back. This is good. I have to say, I really am enjoying this. So, okay. Well, listen, thanks for spending some time with me tonight. Enjoy your evening, what's left of it. Those of you in the UK and in Scotland, if you partake of the glorious 12th, then you're going to have some grouse, you know, great. Or if you're a vegan and you don't think it's ethical, then all I'd say is just don't grouse about it, okay? Just keep it to yourself. Nobody cares, okay? Nobody cares. I'm sure I'm going to get some thumbs down for that one. Okay, well, listen, I'm going to say sayonara, auf Wiedersehen, and, you know, see y'all, and thanks for watching. Talk to you later now. Light up your world and light up your pipe. Don't light up a nuclear weapon, okay? All right, there you go. That's all I'm going to say. Bye-bye.